time for another edition of Walkin and Talkin. Today, Coyote forward Lawson Crouse. Crouse, the season's almost upon us right now. And I wanted to ask you, you're playing with Maccelli and Bjugstad. Bjugstad's back again.
Yep.
What does that mean for the ease of getting into training camp, playing with guys you're so familiar with?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously there was a lot of communication with Bjuggy in the off season, and I was convincing him to come back. So obviously very happy he did. And then when we came back and Bear put the line back together, it's been, obviously you have that comfort level. We felt that we played pretty well last year and we built a lot of chemistry right from the get-go. So to be able to build off of that, and now our second season together is huge, and I think it'll give us an advantage come opening night.
When you look at that line, and I think it's important, they kept the Keller, Hayton, Schmaltz line together and your line together. How easy is it, and what can we expect from your line? What's the identity of the Bjugstad, Crouse, Maccelli line?
Yeah, well, obviously, I think everyone now knows the skill and the passing ability that Maccelli has, and for myself and Bjuggy, we're obviously big, strong players that are reliable and can get in on the forecheck. Obviously, the goal is to try and get Maccelli the puck as quick as possible, and then get to a spot to be ready to pull the trigger. And the first thing I when I was talking to Chelly when he came back, he looked at me and he said, "I'm going to shoot the puck a lot more this season, so let's see if he starts doing that."
Yeah, well, I don't know if you want that though. Like, it brings up me to my next question. 2 years ago, we talked to you, and you were talking about, hey, I want to be a 20-goal scorer in the National Hockey League. We did the same thing a year ago right now, and you said, I want to score 30 goals in the National Hockey League. And I tell you what, you came really close.
Yeah.
Like, you had a really good season where you're in the mid-20s with your goals. Have you put those kind of goals on yourself again coming into this season?
Yep. Obviously, I came up a little short last year, and I think it's important to set goals, but not set them, unrealistic goals. I think you obviously need something to continue to strive for. So, 24 last year, obviously the goal this year again is to get 30, and playing on a line that I'm comfortable playing with, I think that's very doable, especially with the way that we play and the way that Maccelli passes the puck, and just get to those right areas and bang in a couple more, and who knows, maybe 30.
And the other thing that you got to do last year is your spot on the power play.
Yep.
And Maccelli, again, we talk about his ability to make those plays and get it to you in the bumper in the middle. Do you see your role on the power play being similar to what it was a year ago?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously we had chemistry throughout some games on the power play last year, and when there's breakdowns, I just try and get open in the middle, and I've talked about it for 2 minutes now and how good Chelly is at passing the puck, and it's just about finding the quiet area, getting open and being ready to shoot.
Being ready, because that's the other thing. He makes passes that nobody else makes.
And once you play with him, and that's the thing that I got used to really quick, is he makes passes when no one knows he's passing the puck. He's, he loves the no-look pass. So when he's on the ice and he has the puck in the ozone, you always have to be ready and not necessarily pick your spot every time, but get it off quick and beat goaltenders. You
look at what this team has done over the offseason, and Zucker and Kerfoot and Dursey, and I know I'm forgetting people, so I apologize. But you've added people to this roster. Does that get you more excited for coming to this season?
It's very exciting. Obviously, we've been through a lot here, the core of the group, and we feel strong about this group, and this is a year we can make a push, and it's on the players to do that. So we're all excited. We're looking forward to opening night, and obviously a couple preseason games remaining, but we're hoping the future's bright, and we're going to do everything we can. You've been around the NHL for a long time, and you've been through a lot of training camps, and I know going to Australia was different. I get that. But being together with the NHL group right from day one, do you think that helps solidify this group? Yeah, 100%, especially with the names that you mentioned we added. We felt we've always had a tight bond in the locker room here, and to be able to pull those guys into our tight group and do it from the get-go is huge. See, look at that. Gunnar, how are you, buddy?
And Griff, dangerous driver. Revoke that license.
Almost clipped us there.
I know. But I do think that helps. And I've been watching other preseason games. I do believe that gives you guys a leg up going into the season, that bonding that you've been able to have and playing together.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone gets a little bit more comfortable on the ice with each other, and for the guys that are on new lines, it gives them a chance from the start of camp to grow that chemistry and be ready. So I'm going to ask you about one new player too, just individually. We've talked a lot about Logan Cooley. I mean, we're not going to hide the fact that this kid is. I've got him in the early Calder race, and then he does something amazing in Australia. Have you been able to
Do you identify and see his skill every day in practice? And what do you think about Logan Cooley?
Yeah, I think if you come and watch him in practice, you can see his, his natural talent. And I think that the thing that stands out most is his love for the game. And when you have those two combinations and the work ethic, and anything's possible. So obviously a highly talented player, and also a great kid. He's a lot of fun to hang out with, and hoping for nothing but the best for him.
And I've got to switch gears a little bit off the hockey, because we're all excited to see this hockey team. But we've read in the paper, because they tell when he buys a house and builds a house, they put it in the paper. They didn't do that with me. But you're moving into a new house. How is that process going right now?
It's going. We're still waiting to get in, but it's exciting. I didn't think it would take me 8 years to get into a house, but it has, and Claire and I are very excited and itching to get in there, that's for sure.
Well, Crouse, I wish you the best of luck this season. Thanks again for taking the time. We're going to talk to you throughout the year. We're going to have a Crouser ticker. We're going to count to the 30-goal mark, because I think this is the year.
Yeah.
Thanks again for taking
your
time. That's another edition of Walkin and Talkin with Lawson Crouse. We'll see you next time on PHNX. And join us every night for the PHNX postgame show after every Coyotes game. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Petey. We'll see you at the rink.